I think it was actually a lot easier because we had such small budgets that there was no option. You just had to keep moving and get it done. By the time we got to make Wild Boys, that was an enormous budget.
Wild boys are calling on their way back from the fire. An August moon surrender to a dust cloud on the rise.
I think we knew that it was going to be something special because there was so much there.
That set took up the whole of the stage at Shepperton. It was a huge set.
We had half of Shepperton, these sort of three massive sound stages, and people fiddling around with lights for hours before you could shoot a few frames that were only going to last for 5-10 seconds in the video.
Looks like they'll try again.
I remember the DP, Tony, coming out from Miami 2 days before the shoot, or a day before the shoot. And he came and saw the set. And I went, oh dear. And went behind the back curtains and had 3 joints.
You got sirens for a welcome.
There was an unfortunate accident on the windmill sequence where the windmill got stuck and he was stuck underwater. There were no safety guys around, so we all jumped in and untied him because he was really strapped in there. Thank God he's got big lungs.
Where is all you angels?
As far as I was concerned, this kind of myth evolved that I nearly drowned while we were on the windmill thing. And I can't quite figure out how that would have been. At no point did I feel frightened that my life was in danger. And for many years, I've kind of lived under the idea that, they just kind of made it up to sort of make it seem more interesting, a bit more drama to sort of draw attention to it, a bit more to talk about, a bit more for people to write about and stuff. But maybe, I don't know, maybe something did happen that I was so stupidly unaware of that actually was dangerous, which is very, very possible because I was often somewhere else in those days.
Doing was making a trailer for a movie, but a big budget Hollywood movie almost.
It was the high theatrics that I love. I mean, I've always wanted to do that sort of scale where you can actually come down and things drop and people come out, fly out of holes and things are blowing up.
It was an extended version. It was about 7 or 8 minutes long, so there was a lot of room to play around.
The long version is not as good because the long version contains some silly shots of the boys with really bad animated tails before CGI happened, and so the shorter version is the better one.
The Wild Boys video is definitely the pinnacle for us of the over-the-top 80s video. After that, we did A View to a Kill, which was shot at the Eiffel Tower, but it wasn't the same sort of thing, and it wasn't anywhere near that sort of budget. Things with Duran Duran, why video works so well for us, I think, is that we always thought of ourselves as a multimedia act. For us, we embraced it because we thought, well, this is good because we can use art, fashion, photography, cinema. It all works with our songs and graphic design, and so it was very easy for us to see where to go with the form.
Why don't you use it? Try
always felt that the music had to come first, didn't we? We never wrote a song with the video in mind. Sometimes people talk about the Reflex as being that song with the great giant wave in it. You know, the one that comes out of the screen. I mean, that's what our fans think about the Reflex. Now, to me, it's a different thing. It's about a story that's told in the lyric, which is a different thing altogether. But you've got to accept that and let it go. You can't sort of go around the world saying, but no, that's not what it's all about. It's not on the front of a boat and all that stuff.
I'm on a ride and I wanna get off, but they won't slow down around the town.
When we started, we actually didn't care that much, which I think was a very good attitude. You know, it was fun. In the 90s, definitely there was pressure to make the video. We need the video, and perhaps in some ways the video became more important than the song. Certainly to the people who are marketing your music. I don't think it did to a lot of bands, though.
No, I mean, the point when I lost interest in it was when we used to have all these synopsises come through, and there'd be 5 pages and photos and reference images and all these things. We literally used to do it on the back of a napkin. So, oh, that'll be good, let's go there and see what we can shoot. It became much more serious later, and it took a lot of the fun out of it.
It's a different age now. It's very rare that people are willing to spend the kind of money on videos, for starters.
I mean, for me now, the video culture has moved onto the internet. A lot of people consume things that are cheap, homemade things on YouTube, rather than looking for that big budget superstar act doing a major video. And often, when they're better ideas, they're more interesting than someone throwing a pile of money at something.
I was always falling through bridges and in videos, and that was kind of my role in the band. I guess because I'd been at university doing drama, but there were quite a few safety issues. There were lots of heights and things involved.
See, unlike John and I, who didn't like to get our hair wet, and we didn't want to ruin our suits by falling through bridges.